Hello, hello. We are back with the Burning Wheel. Crow Inquisitors. Let's continue this trait vote. Let's wrap it up quick and figure out the last bits of stuff we gotta do. Yeah, so let's go to Antonius. Let's figure out what he's been about.
I nominate distant.
Okay. That was loud.
What?
Was that you or
feeding
me?
through your mic?
It wasn't me. I don't know.
I think it might have been me.
Oh, hashtag blame Adam.
I honestly didn't know what was happening. I went on the Burning Wheel Roll20 and I don't know what happened. I think I might have accidentally hit a roll or something, or I don't know if it just like read Caleb's last roll or something. I don't know. And all we ever wanted.
All right, so those are from ambitious downward. Those are Antonius's traits. What does anyone think that he wouldn't have any of those?
Who is this? Antonius?
Yeah, Antonius.
I didn't. Was it?
Wait, religious, haughty, Wait, where are we starting here?
He's definitely got hand-eye coordination.
Ambitious, from ambitious downward.
All right.
Wait,
Okay,
we're only
just
doing one
religious
section, or just?
You were
ambitious
Starting
downward.
off first.
Those
Why
are,
was
yeah, let's
everybody
vote them off
gluttons?
first.
Cultural
No, that
trait.
was the Serrano cultural trait.
Wait.
Oh,
why,
I see.
Why ambitious downward?
Because those are the ones. For some reason, it's posted them weird.
It has a limit to the number of messages one person can send consecutively, and it combines them up to that limit,
Interesting.
So,
from what I can tell.
So there's only like
my
5
goodness.
then? Ambitious, cynical, haughty, gluttonous, peacekeeper, man-made, hand-eye coordination. Those are it?
Made man.
Haughty and gluttonous.
Man, yeah. Sorry.
Vote off.
Which one?
I don't think you're haughty or gluttonous.
I don't
like
think
the-
so.
I'm not sure. Are we? Like, are the cultural traits still applicable? As in, is that still a thing to have cultural traits?
So what I want it to be viewed as is you'll always have those cultural traits for other people's perceptions, but this is going to be about what you actually display as a character.
Okay.
So
then,
if they don't apply to you, then we need to nominate and vote them off.
Okay, well, if we had started last time around again, would we have started with these traits?
Yes.
Okay. So it is up to our gameplay then to undo the cultural
Yes.
traits if...
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think gluttonous makes sense at all.
Mm-hmm. So gluttonous.
Made man definitely still makes sense.
What does that mean?
So it's interesting though. Made Man gives you a 1D affiliation with other smiths and craftsmen and stuff. It's possible, like we can treat affiliation separately, but it's possible that the affiliation has gone away. Because you're in the middle of the desert. You're not.
I mean, it would be the same thing as like if I ran in. It's the camaraderie I feel with another computer programmer.
I mean,
think.
it's not. That would be like a
Is it?
reputation. No, an affiliation is you're a part of a specific group. You're part of the guild, the craftsman's guild.
Oh.
That's what that is.
I'm almost done.
Camaraderie with computer programmers.
I mean,
Never
as
did
much
talk about
camaraderie as one can feel.
Emailing each other.
People who don't, or yeah. Where it's decided to leave
Start
me.
setting it up pretty soon.
Words.
Okay, so
Words
gluttonous.
are for people who can't express themselves in code.
I'm gonna go through the list.
Sure.
Ambitious. Keep or leave.
To be honest, I want to discard that, I think.
I think so too.
I don't think that makes sense for the way we've redeveloped his character. He's kind of given up ambitions of being known as one of the greatest smiths or whatever, because he's mostly just running on autopilot at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
So nominate to vote off.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Cynical. I'm
Yes,
thinking that stays.
definitely.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
it stays.
Religious.
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't think he's a-religious to the point where that would make sense to take away.
Right. It's the
He's
idea
not like
that you
Jelen.
don't have atheist as a trait, but you don't have religious as a trait either.
Oh wait, are we adding that?
Because that was
Whether or not-
cultural again, wasn't that?
No. What?
Haughty, religious, and gluttonous were the 3 cultural ones, right? I mean, yeah, he's probably not super
religious.
religious.
Sure.
Not
haughty?
not notoriously religious.
Mhm.
I think maybe haughty could stick around. Maybe people seem.
Mhm.
I think maybe, yeah.
Peacekeeper. Are you still that way?
I don't feel like it. No.
That was mostly just me trying to pacify people.
Right, like in the
Dylan
party,
and Alphonse
yeah.
being trouble. But I don't know that he particularly goes out of his way to do that or to do anything like
Okay.
that might merit that.
Let's nominate it then. Made man.
One was the affiliation.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. It's possible that you might be able to keep the trait without while just losing. Yeah, we can keep made man because it's a good craftsman is always in demand, and good craftsmen always look out for one another. But I think we should maybe get rid of the 1D affiliation.
Sure, I guess that makes sense.
I don't think you're part of the guild in.
Well,
Utrecht
no,
anymore.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, guild.
No, I'm positive he's not.
So instead, that would be a character trait then. No, it's delegated to that.
Relegated?
Yes, sorry, relegated to that. Hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not really reason to get rid of that. Yeah.
He's a blacksmith, dude.
Okay, so are we getting rid of gluttonous, ambitious, religious, and peacekeeper then?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. Ideas for voting on.
Distant.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so distant. Anyone else have an idea for Antonius?
It may be either efficient or industrious, but I've already nominated one. Like, in terms of the way he's perceived by other, this is actually things that define him or things that define people's perception?
Things that define him.
Okay. Loner?
Yeah.
Loner.
Yeah. Loner's a good one. Distant loner.
I tell you that I have like 5 minutes away now.
You're back.
Okay with that.
Distant loner. Anything else?
I don't know.
If not, that's fine.
I mean, I've been the one coming up with all of these.
Anyone else have an idea for how Antonius might have changed?
I had distant and loner. Those are 2 ones that I thought. Anything else was maybe like the one where you were talking about like you're more business like.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking. I'm looking right now to see if there's a trait that makes sense for that. Maybe just busy.
That's true.
Yeah,
That could
I
work.
think I like that. So do we all agree to just vote those on then?
Yep.
Kind of speed it up? Yeah. Cool. So all of those are just character traits. Okay, last is Theo.
All right. I don't even know mine.
Yeah, I'm writing these in, and I'll go over to yours. Sorry. Okay, so. Oh, you have a lot of traits.
Who?
Yeah.
Theo.
Adam?
Yeah.
Theo, yeah.
Okay, so you have attractive, determined, mercantile, light blonde hair.
Yeah, I think we should take attractive off.
I think we should take light blonde hair off. He's gone bald.
We're done by
Hey, those both go hand in hand.
Life
Let's do
is
it.
death.
Where's Mike at?
Believer.
Hold on, he's not in there.
Faithful.
No.
Glory hound.
Theo went
and
bald.
Fearless. No.
Oh.
What do you think he said?
I mean, we can vote traits on and off people, so we could totally
can,
vote
yeah.
off light blonde hair. Vote all
We're
his
going
hair
to
off.
vote off your hair.
And so the way
Group
that works
consensus
basically,
we're shaving.
I
the
think
reason that that's a trait is because you have very distinctive light blonde hair, and that's that cultural trait. So that's a trait of the people from New Amhati, the Viridians. They have very stark, weirdly white yellow hair. So that's why it stands out, is because it's weird looking.
what is mercantile again?
Mercantile is your businessly minded, moneyly, penny wise, so on and so forth.
That might be off because I've kind of gone away from that.
Yeah.
More towards a military, like
Okay.
the fighting style.
So nominate mercantile.
Faithful only towards the gods.
Yeah, faithful. You can switch whatever that faith is in, but you have faith in something, some power that can give you.
Yeah, I do have faith in something. Yeah, I do have faith in like the power. It's just not for Narani anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's fine.
I don't know about determined either, because I obviously gave up my wife during the RPG, and so
Mm-hmm.
and those maybe believer I'd take off too.
Yeah.
Everything else I think is the same. Attractive, light blonde hair, rapier wit, life is death, faithful, and glory hound. I feel like they'll stay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Does that make sense? Everybody, mercantile and believer get taken off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so I would just like to point out, believer is a good trait for you, because I'm not this. Obviously, I totally believe that you would not have believer anymore. I don't. Think
You
that makes
believe
sense.
that you would have.
Yeah. But that was the thing that made the faith easier. The faith rolls easier. So
It never helped. I almost died in the first.
Right, but
5
now it's
minutes of
going to be
RPG.
even harder. So
Wait, okay, wait, but it's
no,
not.
I think it makes sense. I think.
Okay, yeah, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. You might be able to get it back if you find a god that actually you believe in, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I would if one doesn't like hurt me like Narani did, I will totally bring it back.
so I don't know. I'm curious as to whether you even have faith.
I have faith. I'm starting to have faith in like the rest of the gods now. I'm just kind of like, yeah, but unless it's described as like,
yeah, that's true, because that goddess did contact you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because there is a trait called lost faith, which is also interesting. But okay, so any ideas for nominating him?
Is there any
for some
like
traits?
like battle wise or like things that make me like want to like be strong, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Something like a combat wise, maybe.
Well, like
Well, I mean, that's a skill.
Like,
No, sorry, that would be that's not a trait. That's a.
Yeah, that's a skill.
I really feel like he wants to like defend people, so.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's become are you trying to do quick? Like
I'm broadcasting Twitch right now.
sweet. And also that's kind of like his mindset. In his mind also I think that's the only thing that's really changed other than just like he's not as negative about everything. He's not so like depressed and insecure.
Mm-hmm.
He's just become more like, I want to be strong for other people and defend people.
Right. Anyone have an idea what that might be named?
It's worldbuilder 8 the URL.
I think the answer to that question is no.
Yeah, I'm not coming up with anything.
So the idea is that you're protective of people?
Yeah.
Or you want to defend people?
Yeah.
I am empathetic.
Empathetic?
Yeah. Because I feel like I think he's becoming more like, less like, he's becoming more to what he was almost. Like he kind of just like this cocky, like, oh yeah, like I'm strong, I'm gonna fight. I don't really care what happens. Instead of like
super grim dark.
Like,
yeah,
like dark. Like it's less dark.
Yep. Okay, so empathetic. That makes sense.
Once again, what's wrong with being dark?
Adam breaking Adam's fast.
Because you're not blonde, that's what.
Or Star Wars inclusion.
Okay, cool. So that's the trade vote. Awesome. The last thing with that is let's talk about the Crow Inquisitors. Let's talk about the new Crow Inquisitors. What are they like? What's the trade vote for them? Because these are basically what I want you guys to do is give me 3 traits that define the Crow Inquisitors based on how you've been teaching them and like, you know, leading them. What are they like?
They're feel. Could I say that they're, you know, like an officer would, like they know how to follow orders.
Actually, you know what we have to do before we do that? We have to do the love letters, because that will define part of what they think about you. So I'll try to do this quickly. Let's start with you, Connor. Dear Cantarius, it looks like you're in charge now. Good for you. I hope you know what kind of responsibility that entails. Let's see how being the proxy leader of a zealous cult is going for you. Roll 2d6.
I'm confused about what's going on right now.
We're basically catching up with Cantarius, and I'm offering you a few narrative options here.
We're rolling to see how depressing your life has been.
Yes, basically we're rolling to see how bad things have gone in the last 2 years.
Or good, but judging by the way you roll.
So yeah, roll 2d6. On a 7 and 9, choose 2 of the following to be true. On a 10+, choose only 1 of the following to be true. On a miss, all of them are true. It's going to be a long year. That's not... That... You didn't... No, that succeeds. I don't know why it says SD, but... Yeah.
I did that on purpose.
You missed. That's a miss. All of these things are true.
Oh, no.
They're all bad. You haven't been able to control those who still cling to the old ways of the Dreamers. There's already been one violent revolt.
Oh, no.
Even though you put it down, it's entirely possible there's another one brewing.
Oh,
what the crap is this? Why do we have to torture my character all of the time?
Oh, just you wait.
Like, do I ever get a break? Ever?
I saw that.
Like, what is even the point of this story or character if he's just gonna get screwed over constantly?
But that's the thing. There's some. You haven't been able to control those who still cling to the old ways of the Dreamers. There are some who are on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not they're all against you or anything like that. There's just there's a part of them, probably led by Iris, that don't like you. You made a mistake last year. A lot of innocent people died because of it. You still can't shake the guilt you feel. What was that mistake?
I thought there was a traitor in our midst.
Ooh.
And I strung him up for all to
Oh.
see, and then evidence was revealed that he was innocent.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh. That's good. That's good. I like that.
But I made amends. Just not with my own heart.
Right. Yep. Last one. Horrible nightmares still haunt you because of your encounter with the dreamer. You've been getting little sleep and you are seeing demons everywhere.
That would be the one I would have gotten rid of. The other two are fun and interesting. That just destroyed me. Well, okay.
And obviously, you can just choose how your character responds to these things. This is not me telling you how to play your character.
He just decides he doesn't have these things happen to him. Yeah, he just uses his willpower to overcome.
But that's the thing. That's why I chose things that like you don't like. It's not that I'm forcing you to do things or believe a certain way. It's just you have horrible nightmares, which would make sense. You literally like your son died, and like.
So I have horrible nightmares, but it's not like there's a mechanical effect where now I'm screwed.
No. There's no mechanical effect to these things.
Well, all these things are just true then.
Yeah. It's narrative stuff.
Okay. Why isn't there anything good?
No, because if you roll better, then you don't get some of the bad things.
That's not fun.
But it's interesting.
Okay.
Don't you know pain makes story in Burning?
I just literally this character's story is so sucky. I just need to complain about it. I'm sorry. It's so painful. It is.
Okay, so there you go. That's Cantarius. Store. Let's do yours.
Okay.
My beloved Store. You've traveled quite a ways to get here. Not where you thought you'd end up, is it? Well, you'll have to make the best of it. Even though you're not a slave anymore, it seems like you'll always have chains. Roll 2d6. You're all gonna miss, aren't you?
Oh, fudge.
David missed too.
Oh, great.
Your slave brand is obvious and undeniable. You'll never shake it unless you want to mar your face beyond recognition. No one will ever treat you as a whole person, only second rate.
Thanks, man.
What?
I appreciate that.
What is these love letters, man? They're like harming us.
Yep.
Like that.
They're really doing bad.
How is this love?
Well, I was hoping
You
to be
guys
respected or something.
Are so bad at rolling.
Yep.
Okay, to be fair,
I will
if we had
concede
physical
that was a
dice-
terrible roll.
If we had physical dice, you know that this would be different.
Connor, you got the second possible worst roll,
Yep.
and Josh got the third possible worst roll.
Yep.
Okay. You've
Feels
made
bad, man.
You've made enemies here.
Of course
Someone
I have.
in the town has it out for you and won't quit until they've gotten their revenge, and that entails at least your maiming or the destruction of your reputation, if not your murder. We can figure out who that is, but it's not that everybody hates you. You know, they have a general opinion about you because you have a slave brand, but there's one person in particular who hates your guts and wants to kill you. We can figure that out, who that is later. And then the last one, you owe someone dangerous a favor. If they call it in at the wrong time or they ask too much of you, things could go south.
I like that one. I know where we could pick that one up from the other campaign.
Yeah.
Or we could tie the story there.
Yeah, so we'll talk about what those mean later. Theo, let's do yours.
Roll
Dearest
something
Theo,
better than we did.
you've had a rather interesting stay in Serragon, haven't you? You might be missing home right about now, where the ocean is blue and the flowers are beautiful. Unfortunately, you're stuck in an ocean of sand in which the only beautiful things are poisonous. Let's see how things are going for you. Roll 2d6.
Is it slash roll, Caleb?
Yeah, slash roll space 2d6.
Space.
Space 2d6.
This is a struggle for him, apparently.
So right now, everyone hates Connor and Josh, right?
No,
Nothing new here.
everyone hates Some people hate Connor.
Okay.
One dude hates me.
One dude hates you.
One dude, yeah.
Okay.
Has Adam
Wait.
rolled yet?
Wait, yeah, I don't roll yet.
Trying to hack it. He's asking his friend if he can hack it right now.
Hack what?
The chance system. He's like, "Yo, bro, you know anything about roll 20? Yeah, I need to get a 12 on this roll.
Also,
Probably
I
11,
forgot-
or else it'll be too obvious."
I forgot to say, Store, at the when when it says on a miss, I have a little thing that I wrote in. On yours, it's on a miss, your shackles are heavy. So, yeah. The suspense is killing me, Theo. Roll.
I didn't know I was supposed to roll yet.
Yay.
I bet you could spoof the JavaScript if it's not server side.
On
Yeah,
7
right.
to 9, choose 2 of the following to be true. One of these is not true. Okay.
Are we gonna hack roll 20, Josh?
No.
Wait, so
I don't know.
I get to pick which
What
one
do
I
you
You
think?
get to pick
all the
2 of
rules.
these bad things. One of these bad things is not true.
Oh heck yeah, I got
Okay,
that Mauser.
so these are the things. You haven't been able to win over the respect and support of the soldiers under your purview. They see you as a foreigner both in physicality and philosophy, and only follow your orders begrudgingly.
Is that the second one?
That's the first one. Second one is you have not been able to let go of your wife. You think about her often, in every beautiful morning, in every prayer, and in every dream. You see her, hear her, feel her.
Dang it.
She haunts your waking as much as she does your sleeping. Even as the image of her ghost fades from your memory, the apparition once provided by Narani, her face remains as near as your
Speaker on the right.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the second one, Caleb.
Well, okay, so then the third one is you are further away from
Wait,
Iris
I thought you said it
as
was
ever
one or two.
before. No,
Oh.
there's 3.
Oh,
So you
dude, no,
choose
three.
2 of the 3 bad things.
I'm gonna pick the third one, dude.
You are further away from Iris as ever before. Any of your attempts to befriend him, teach him, guide him as an older brother might have been met with scorn, or might have been met with scorn or resentment. Though Iris seems to venerate Delin and Alphonse as prophets and messiahs, he treats those of you who walked with the twins as little more than a trial given to him by his gods to test his faith.
Can you repeat that again? What was Cantarius and Alphonse, or whatever? What was it?
Though Iris seems to venerate Delin and Alphonse as prophets and messiahs, he treats those of you who walked with the twins as little more than a trial given to him by his gods to test his faith.
I think I'm gonna go with that one.
So this is the thing: you have to choose 2 of them to be true.
Two of them
One
is
of them
true.
is not true. Choose one of them not to be true.
The first one is not true.
You haven't been able to win over the respect and support of your soldiers.
Yeah, I want the respect.
Okay, so you have the respect and support of your soldiers, but you have not been able to let go of your wife, and you are further away from Iris than ever before.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's unfortunate for the second
Wait,
one because
what's the one that he chose not to be?
He chose not to. He chose to be able to win over the respect and support of the soldiers under his purview.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So,
I like that.
I'm upset that I haven't let her go though.
I mean, you could choose that one to not.
No. I think realistically it would be.
Yeah.
I'm not property.
Okay, cool.
Do they get to roll for anything good that happens to them?
What the heck? Did I get twice?
Only bad?
Yes, only bad things. And you're next, Jared.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
My character?
Yeah, everybody gets. I rolled for. We rolled for store too.
Oh, okay.
All right, my dear friend Siegfried. You have traveled up, down, and under Serragon. You've been to many places, all strange, and this place, the desert of Nasrin, might be one of the strangest yet. You've learned so many things, and because you're a teacher by trade, have found many to teach you as well. Lately, however, you've been traveling with this group that calls themselves the Crow Inquisitors. They're a weird bunch, to be sure, but maybe not weirder than you. Either way, they're not the best students. Let's see how your tenure among the Inquisitors is going. Roll 2d6.
Well...
So, Kayla, are there different results for different like roles? Like it's like, oh, these scenarios, if you get like
No, it's those 3 scenarios, and then you get to choose them based on how high you roll. Oh, it's a miss. On a miss, you're fired.
So if I got like a 3, how would my thing change?
All 3 of those would be true. So you would.
Who was
you would
bad
not
at
have been able
rolling?
to win.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Jared. What were you saying earlier? You
If you
said
had
somebody
gotten-
was bad at rolling. Who was it?
Yeah,
If you had gotten higher than
That's
10,
true.
Theo, that means only one of them would have to be true.
only one of them. Okay.
So 10, 11, or 12. Okay, so
But is the result any different, Jared?
So on a miss,
Maybe
you're
you
fired.
think you did better, but
All 3 of these are true, Siegfried.
bye guys.
Okay, so these are good. These are good. Okay. You recently accidentally produced an effect that was viewed by a small amount of the Crow Inquisitors as a miracle from the Dreamer. They are pressuring you to do more miracles, but the problem is you have no idea how you did it. If you don't give them something concrete soon, there could be trouble.
Yeah.
That's
Then
fantastic.
they'll call you a heretic and like a witch or whatever, and then burn you. But yeah.
Crap.
Next one. Someone recently broke into your tent and stole away with some of your tools. You're pretty sure you know who did it, but it's going to cause trouble if you speak up. It's like a very respected person in the Crow Inquisitors.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn him into a
It's not me, I swear. I didn't steal anything.
Last one. During your time in Nasrin, you've done odd jobs as a mage to pay the bills. Sometimes they go well, and other times, not so well. One of those not so well times is coming back to bite you in the butt. There's a local sahiba on your trail, and it's only a matter of time before she finds you. So basically, you did a favor, like a magical favor or whatever, for this chieftainess, and it did not go well, and now she's tracking you down and she's trying to kill you.
Well, that sucks.
So I did write some for Trevor, but I that was when I thought he was going to be a priest. So I'll probably have to rewrite some for your new character.
I like all of these though; they're interesting.
Exactly. That's what I was hoping. I'm just looking over the ones that I wrote for you, Trevor, to see if I can like salvage some.
No, I like the ones
what?
for mine too.
You know what? I think I can make these work, Trevor. So ignore the. I'll try to like rewrite them in my mind as I read this to be your new character rather than the old character. But I think the things actually work. So, my beloved, whatever your name is going to be. You desire only to brew beer. Your motives are pure, your heart is driven, and your mind
Just
is full.
replace God with beer.
Yes.
Basically the same.
Yeah. Your motives are pure.
Well,
your
you
heart is
just
driven.
proved it right there.
Your motives are pure, your heart is driven, and your mind is full. With the sound of alcohol pouring into cups. But are you as shaken loose of your past as you could be? Have you set off naively towards a gorgeous sunrise, only to realize that it was a sunset instead, and now night is falling? Let's see. Roll 2d6.
Okay. Roll.
Higher than 7. 7 or higher is good.
10.
Oh, 10. All right. Choose one of the following to be true. So only one of these bad things has to be true. So the original one here is the incredible diligence this takes to memorize so much scripture means that you have to spend days and days poring over dusty old tomes. In replacement, I think I'm going to replace that with basically you are a part of the order, and as such came across a lot of weird stuff. One time you stumbled upon something you probably shouldn't have. Whether willingly or not, you have some sort of curse or mark weighing on you that you can't shake. What it is still something of a mystery, but one thing is for certain. Something is wrong. That's one.
I mean, that would be interesting. That could be like one of the reasons I left too, was maybe something happened. That...
Next one. In your travels, you have met many people, because you're part of the order. And always you resolved... originally, it was always you resolved to tell of God from Scripture, but I don't know what you would resolve to do now.
I don't know.
So basically, it's like you're friendly with people, and always you resolve to make friends. Someone seemed to catch on to your words, desiring more like companionship, and has since followed you, seemingly earnestly. This person is no good, but you are not yet aware of that. It is, however, only a matter of time before they betray you.
Josh?
What?
You're, aren't we friends?
I don't want to be that person.
Maybe I let slip.
I don't. That just doesn't fit with my character concept for Store, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
Yeah.
So the last one is you have ulterior motives for coming to the desert. Whether or not your heart just desired to live, by yourself in the middle of the desert and just, escape your past, is up to you, of course. But there is someone you love and care for, or at least feel responsible for, that came to the desert as well some time back. Even as you attempt to completely forget your past, your heart tugs you toward this person. Will it be but a distraction, or will you risk your safety and your identity to try to seek this person out? Either way, it's bad news.
Is it the love of your life?
Which one of those is
Are you
true?
okay there, Connor?
So, Trevor, if you want...
You sound like you're dying from sentimentality.
If you want more than one of these to be true, that is also okay.
Yeah,
We should just all take all of them.
I do kind of like all of them.
You just want to do all of them?
Be all worded. Let's see. Huh.
You roll the best, and then you want to pick all of the ones.
I know, right? Well, these are
Have your roll. You want to switch?
I don't...
No, I'm honestly okay with
You
mine
can
too.
just say you have all of them. That's fine.
I just needed to complain about it because I was really upset. That I realized this character really hasn't avoided any problems at all. He's just found new ones. There is no up and up. Not for this guy.
I think at least one. I like the first one and the last one the most. I think if I had to drop one, it would be the middle one. But I think they could all be worked into a good story, actually.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad you guys like these because I spent a lot of time working on them.
I got fired before we even started.
Caleb, you came up with these, Caleb?
Oh,
Yeah,
I think that's a record.
Caleb, you came up with these?
Yeah, I wrote them all.
Oh, those are pretty impressive.
nice.
Thank you. So all of them, Trev, or just the bottom and the top? Do you want a bad figure hanging around you? Someone who you think is your friend but will eventually betray you?
Not really. All right. Yeah, let's go the first and the last one. I like those because that gives like a
okay. Yeah, so you have some sort of curse,
personal thing for the last one, and then a kind of a overarching concept thing. What's the? I'm trying to remember the lit class, like the conflicts.
Theme. Plots.
Like, oh no, like man versus self, and then man versus
other or nature.
Oh wait, there wasn't really a. Yeah, I don't know. I like the first and the last one.
I know what you mean. It's like it's external versus internal. Yeah. Okay, cool, awesome. So with that being said, now what are the traits that we're gonna give the new Crow Inquisitors? So we know that Cantarius did not do well. So he made a mistake. Cantarius made a mistake. He hung someone he shouldn't have. He also had a rebellion take place, basically, where these people are like, we don't want to be part of you anymore. We want to go back to the old ways of the Dreamers. But then you beat it down, and so they're under your control now because of fear. At least those people are. And then Theo, you have gained the respect of the soldiers under your command.
Yeah, let's go, man. What?
Oh.
Yeah.
One of them should definitely be divided.
Divided? Yeah, that makes sense.
At least I know my guys are loyal to me. So.
Does that make sense, Cantarius or Connor and Adam?
Sorry, what?
Jared put forth the trait divided.
Is that divided us?
No. This is a trait that the Crow Inquisitors are going to have. Like all of the Crow
Inquisitors. Yes. I do think that's one because it's like my guys are loyal, but then some other people are not loyal to Cantarius and.
So I'm assuming, Theo, that the people that you have under your control are like the ones that are still loyal to Cantarius.
Yeah, the ones that are still loyal. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Any other ideas for traits then? 2 more traits. What have you guys been teaching them? What have you been teaching the soldiers under command?
How to fight. So I think they're like the guys who are loyal, like know how to fight, and they're like, I guess, effective. I don't know.
Battle hardened.
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay, so divided, battle hardened. Cantarius, you have an idea?
For what now? I spaced.
Trait for Crow Inquisitors.
Oh, we're finally on that. Okay.
Yep. Jared proffered divided. Adam suggested battle hardened. And what would be the last one?
Divided, battle hardened.
Because these are basically like cultural traits that will like apply to all of these people.
I want to say determined, but in more of a sense of need rather than
Desperate?
No, not desperate.
You could have them have driven. And then make it a call on for one skill of your choice. The life path, the extra life path for this these 2 years that I gave them to kind of signify what it was pillager, which basically gives them scavenging, battle wise, one or two other things that I can't remember off the top of my head. But I'm assuming that they've been like traveling through the desert, scavenging what they need, you know, fighting people sometimes. So I thought it was appropriate.
So what was the third one?
We haven't decided.
What was the third trait?
We haven't decided.
Divided,
battle hardened, and
battle hardened. Like I wanna have them have some sort of sense of justice, no matter how primitive it may be.
Sure.
I want them to all of them have a similar idea of that.
Maybe like
they need
conscience?
to do something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, conscience.
Yeah, what would be the word for that as an
conscientious.
adjective?
Conscientious.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I think that's perfect.
That makes sense. Yeah. I like
What's
that a lot.
going on in Roll20?
I'm posting the traits, so I remember them. Cool. Awesome.
Are we voting on that, or is that just official?
No, I think if everybody agrees on those, does that make sense? Divided, battle hardened, and conscientious.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Only other thing really is a reputation vote / affiliation vote or whatever. I'm assuming that Cantarius and Theo will both have reputations among the Crow Inquisitors.
I mean, yeah.
what do you guys think that would be? Like, what do you think the name? Like, what is the reputation they have among these people?
Well, I think
I feel like you
rather
both.
popular.
I feel like you would have both. You both have.
Yes, I am popular.
2 different ones. You'd have an infamous one and a famous one. You'd have the infamous one towards the people who are divided against you, right? And then a good one towards the people who are loyal to you.
Well, I'm a heretic then.
Okay, so heretic dictator.
Yeah. Is it that extreme though? Yeah, probably. It's me leading them.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
people are just like,
And what's your good one? How do the people who follow you view you? Kind of proffering this to anyone who wants to suggest anything.
What'd you say?
A complicated man seeking simple good.
What do you think I think it's a little bit long, Connor.
Well, yeah.
What do you think in like a phrase, what do you think Cantarius' reputation among the people who are loyal to him would be?
Hitler.
Literally Hitler.
Yeah.
No, literally Fenrir.
What do you guys think?
Utilitarian. Or
Totalitarian?
Yeah,
Totalitarian.
Totalitarian.
I think it's totalitarian, but
Yeah, it's totalitarian.
That's the word you're looking for, but
So that's probably the
I
infamous
don't know.
one is heretic totalitarian. But this is a good thing that they view him as, right? It's like it's the cult that Batman has in Dark Knight Returns. How they view him, basically. Connor.
Say it again.
It's like the cult in Dark Knight Returns. How they view Batman.
What's the word?
Whatever this reputation is, it's like
okay. I thought I had missed something.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean it's like a whoa. This guy doesn't really care about most of the things. This guy isn't vain.
Maybe firm but strong leader.
sure.
That's not as poetic as I'd like it to be, though.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So you're talking about you do the right thing no matter what the cost. You make the hard decisions.
Maybe it is kind of like the martyr. I'm the guy that's guiding them and taking all of the hits.
Are you viewed almost like a Moses figure?
I mean, I'd like to. That's my goal.
Because that's the thing. Like, I think it might be like,
Oh, I definitely have to invent my own 10 Commandments now.
guiding prophet, I think is probably what it is. Because that's the thing. Like, right, the people who have the infamous view towards you are like, you're a heretic. You are obviously not a true prophet of this religion. But the people who do are like, yes, you are like Alphonse and Dellen were our gods, but you are their prophet, right? Like.
Dude, this has to be the storyline of Dawn on the Planet of the Apes, or else I'm going to be upset.
That's hilarious. It kind of is, though.
It is.
Iris
it really
Kova.
is.
Oh gosh. Okay, so
what kind of origin it is? You said?
like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes or Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
No, Rise of the Planet of the Apes is the first one.
Oh, it is Dawn then. Okay.
Yeah. Dawn is the best. Oh my goodness. That's such a good movie.
Okay, Theo. What is the reputation that you have among the people who don't like you, like the Iris followers?
So the ones that maybe that I'm not religious, maybe I'm like a heretic almost, like, or I like dishonor the gods, and also I'm like like I would say like someone who's against, or like who's for fighting, like someone who's brutal and like kills people, kind of like,
right.
I guess the opposite, like almost like they see me as too violent or something, like they're pacifist, or like the opposite of pacifism.
I mean, they're definitely not, because they're based on this. The roots are here are like a Darwinian death cult. But I think I get the idea of like you're like brutal heretic is your infamous reputation.
Yeah, because I mean, before my reputation, I like killed all those people because Nurani told me to.
Well, okay, so have you been acting like that now, though? In the last 2 years, have you been acting like that?
Oh, I don't think so. So I guess maybe.
Yeah, then.
I'm digging.
Maybe like emotionless. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. I already got the stat part. I got a stat part. What the heck?
Like a lot. I'm not really focused on like things of everybody else, or like I'm just focused on like my job, not so much as like
I don't know.
It's done.
I'm my generator.
I'm focused on you know what I'm saying though. Like I'm not really focused on like religion or anything. I'm just focused on like battling. Like I'm too like my mind.
Maybe
selfish.
That's why he's liked so much, is that he's the non-complicated person.
Yeah, and
he doesn't have standards.
I think
in the sense that
the infamous people view you as a selfish heretic, right? You're just focused on the thing. You're not focused on the things of God. You're focused on yourself. You know, things of the gods or whatever. And
that's what I mean.
The people who view you well are like, you know, warrior.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like some people are seeing as a warrior, and everyone's like, no, that guy's like only focused on himself. You know, like
It's your one die good reputation is warrior of the faith, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, it's okay. So I think it's kind of like this idea of like he's the one guy that's not like he's not on one side of the religious like spectrum. Like everybody knows that he's like with me, but he's not religious. He's a part of this cult, but he's not. He's the kind of Christian that's like, yeah, I know, but like that doesn't really matter. What really matters is just this. Like, let's not be divisive. It's just let's just focus on the important stuff. He's that kind of guy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like some people are like, oh yeah, he's really like he's focusing on what's really important, and the other people are like, no, he's not focused enough.
Yeah.
All of you will get an one die affiliation with the Crow Inquisitors, because that's an affiliation in and of itself. What do you think Antonius' reputation among these people is?
I mean, I think like the grandpa that takes care of him.
What do you say?
For the bad people, I think like not involved. Like he's not really one of us. He doesn't really care about us.
No, I don't think that would be the reputation. I think the reputation would simply be he's just there, right? There's not
so maybe you don't have a
particular connection. He's just always you can just always find him at the smithy.
All right, I don't think he has a reputation then. Yeah.
I mean, he has a neutral reputation. He's just the guy that we all go to. He's the guy that takes care of us. Like he's the guy that we take for granted.
Yeah. He's grandpa, the wise old man.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that. So what is that called exactly?
Caretaker.
That's what that's called.
Because I don't feel like you care too much about the politics of this camp, right? And so you just fix everybody's stuff. Yeah, let's do caretaker. Okay, cool. Awesome. So I am super pumped for this. It's gonna be great. Maybe just parting thoughts would be like, so the initial situation, to get into a little bit more of specifics here, is going to be, I think the idea was like, Cantarius is coming here because, well, David's has a regime and he's like a dictator. I feel like we figured out at one point, Connor, what he did that was wrong. Do you remember? Like specifically, like he did something specifically bad. Oh, no, I remember. No. David and I talked about this. So the reason that you know about this whole thing, that this guy took over this town and is now ruling it like a military dictator, which is the reason that the Crow Inquisitors came here in the first place, right, Connor? Like to try to right this wrong, which is David being a military dictator and ruling everybody with an iron fist here, is... basically what David did was he burned down all of the towns and the oases in the general vicinity so that everyone in the surrounding area would be forced to come to his place to buy his stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so yeah.
And
you heard about that.
Wait, say that again? I totally lost you there.
So David's character, Caspian, who is the military dictator of the town, that's the center of this campaign, this arc. You following me so far?
I'm following you so far.
Because you're just not being responsive at all, so I'm not telling. I couldn't tell. Basically, the thing that he did that like really tipped you off to how bad of a person he was, and like this is a problem that needs to be solved, is he went around and burned all the towns down in the nearby, like in like the vicinity, and all like the oases around here, and so that anyone in the area would have to come to his town, White Sea, to get anything.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's go kill them all. That's my response.
Yeah, that's about the right trigger for Cantarius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to, real quick, let's talk about like what's the initial start of this? Is it going to be you just arriving?
I think so.
In the area? Okay, does that make sense?
I think it's just us making camp.
Yeah.
Then we can get a little idea of the politics of the camp,
Mm-hmm.
but also that we're still have a goal.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Like, we'll probably do scenes with the camp first before you ever meet David or any of his people, to get some idea of like what the politics are like, you know, what the character dynamics is in the camp, and then we'll have you meet with Caspian, and because that's the thing, he's gonna ride out as soon as he hears about you in the area. He's riding out to meet you and basically like, whoa, you're not bringing an army around my place, kind of a thing. So and then we'll play it out from there.
Guys, it was nice playing with you. I'm back to my own adventures now. Nice being in your camp for a couple weeks.
No, you will make
you
me
just go
a
to
rat
town.
army worthy of Mordor.
Right, like, that's the thing.
Yes.
Because of the way this arc is going to be structured, I think it's going to be structured very much like an intrigue sort of game, where it's going to be all about shifting alliances and stuff. Because it's going to be to the point where you guys are not going to be able to just attack each other. It would make any sense for either of you to just full out attack each other, because you have like he has soldiers, but like maybe a little bit less than you have people. And also, he doesn't want to waste people in a fight that he could talk his way out of. But you don't want to attack either because he has a wall. And it just doesn't make much sense to just do any sort of full-scale invasion of this guy.
Which
really,
is why we have meerkats.
I can turn his walls into flowers.
You could try.
No, but we just use his meerkats.
Dig tunnels.
That's plan number one.
Dig tunnel, dig tunnel.
Kill him.
Secret tunnel.
Before the hyena comes.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, that's awesome then. So in terms of like Store and Trevor, your character, what's the initial situation going to be with you guys? I know that Store is you're part of the Outriders, correct? Store, the town militia, basically. You muted, by the way.
I realize that. Yeah.
That's right.
I just flipped the switch on my mic.
So you're going to be involved in this from the start because you got promoted, because basically what happened is, and we'll find this out in game, but basically what happened at the very beginning of this campaign is the guy, one of your people, Cantarius, so some of your scouts bribed one of David's scouts, like the leader of their scouts, to basically let you guys go through the area like unreported. And that's why you're able to get here without like someone meeting you way earlier than this. Like you're inside of the city before anyone knows that you're coming, except for the people you bribed. And David basically killed that person. As soon as he found out that the guy was bribed, he just killed him, and then promoted Store to that position, which is like one of the main like Outrider people, the scouts of the town.
Yeah, I don't think I'm on David's side at all in this.
You really cut out. Were you talking to me?
Yes.
You completely cut out. You sounded like a robot.
Sorry.
I heard you fine. So.
Basically, what it is, Connor, is you bribed David's scouts to not tell David that you were coming.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you told me that already.
Yeah, so David killed the guy who was in charge of the scouts, and now Store is promoted into that position.
And who?
Store, Josh's character, is promoted to that position.
Oh, okay. Well, he's dead. Not you, Store. Not Josh. Just David's character is dead.
So Trevor, what's your character? How is your character going to be brought more into this? Like, just being friends with Store may not be enough. What is your motivation in this situation?
I just wanted to be here for my bar. Maybe I was like in one of the other towns first that David destroyed, and then I just kind of had to move here.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Or what if, I mean, like, the person in the third thing that I'm looking for.
That you love, yeah.
Yeah. Or what if she lived here or whatever? And then
so
because David destroyed all the other towns, then she has to be here.
Oh, okay. All right. So then that's the thing then. You don't live in the town then. Right? Like, and you do now or whatever, but like you haven't been here for very long, which means you don't actually have a shop, right? You probably don't have a place to, maybe that could literally be a goal of your character, is to buy a brewery. Like, that's a thing you could do.
I mean, I kind of do want a brewery setup though, or like
that's what I was thinking, right?
Or at least a bar, like. Yeah, I guess I would assume I was thinking I'd have been here for a little bit. Like, how long ago was it when he went and destroyed everything?
He went and destroyed everything? I mean, not that long. Maybe a couple months.
Was this a major town before that happened?
Yes. Yep. It was owned by a Serrano noble, and basically what happened is the Serrano noble took out loans from David's character, who is a moneylender, and then had to go bankrupt. And basically what happened is he gave his David, like, because he basically repossessed his stuff, and now is in charge of the town that was once like ruled over by a baron.
What about a bear? And where?
Basically David lent a noble money. The noble couldn't pay him back, and so David took his town.
Yeah, I knew that. I just was making a joke. Like.
Okay.
Question:
what do you think?
Does space affect size? Could you use that for like size?
You want to make like a TARDIS bar?
Maybe. Or like maybe I
TARDIS
just
bar,
moved
best
my
bar.
shop from another town and then brought it here. I suppose I could teleport the whole thing, couldn't I? If I found
you would have to like that. I don't think that would work very well unless you had a very high spatial discipline. We'll have to figure that out, I guess, when we make your character more in depth and know exactly how good you are at it. I would venture to say no. Probably.
What?
Yeah, I would venture to say no.
No, we're 6 life paths. I grew up in the Order. I plan to be a...
I don't think the teleportation of entire buildings is... I don't even think it really even makes sense, because how are you going to teleport the foundation of it and then put it in whatever ground you teleport it into? Like, it doesn't make a lot
I think
of
it
sense.
sounds perfectly reasonable.
I agree.
I suggest we give Trevor that trait.
What?
I voted on.
What trait? House teleporter?
Okay, well, is size a thing? Because then I could
size is also a
and then teleport it. And then blow it back up.
Okay, we'll talk about this off stream, like more in detail. We'll figure this out. Just in general though, like, so you've been in the town for a while, you think?
Yes, I'm going to say I've at least been in the area for a while. Probably the town. We'll see.
Okay. All right. So again, like, do you have any specific feelings about David's regime? I'm assuming you probably don't like it very much.
No, yeah, I think he's I probably don't like it very much, but being part of the Order, I'm also ambivalent about governments in general, because
yeah, fair.
Seeing the whole network that goes
Yep.
into anything, so
Yep. Okay.
So it's a concern, as long as it's a personal concern, which I think is where the other person could come into it.
Yeah, sure. I see what you're saying. Cool. All right, we can figure that out more as we go. But I just wanted to see if we could get a general idea, so I know the direction in which to push your character. Because I think your character is probably going to be the one that's the most outside of this whole situation, so you'll be the most difficult to get involved in it. So we just need to make sure we have some sort of direct thing that happens early on in the game that will make you motivated to take one side or the other, or take action against another person, something like that. So
hey, don't worry. Now that I'm fired, I'm going to be frequenting your bar very often.
No, but that's the thing. So you're not actually fired.
Oh,
Jared. No, that was just a pithy comment to say that you missed. But all of those other things are true.
But no, it would be so interesting.
That's kind of what I planned too. I didn't want to be like right in the middle of it right away.
Yeah, and no, that's fine. I just don't want to make sure that you're not completely separate from everything, and like you have no real motivations in the story, right? Like and now we go to Trevor's character, who's just trying to run their bar, like.
No, right. No, I think it would be like I'm friends with Josh's character, or Jared's, I guess, if he comes and visits, or I overhear something. And
you probably know Siegfried. You probably met him at some point. He's a little bit of an infamous person around these parts. You've heard of him. Okay, cool. I think we're good then.
Sweet.
We will begin in earnest next time. It'll be interesting to see how this all goes down.
It's earnest.
Lot of division and lack of open unity.
A lot of bad stuff going on.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's a great way to start a Burning Wheel game.
It's like that it's gonna like start a war or something really big.
Yeah. Oh, one thing to be thinking about, and then during the next week is making up new beliefs. And obviously you won't necessarily know everything that you want to do until we actually kind of start and get the ball rolling, and we kind of see what's happening.
Yeah.
But having at least one belief that is goal oriented, that will
it's over by
direction
the fire step
is good. So keep that in mind and make sure to take a look at those and see what you want to be passionate about and what your goals are as a character.
Okay.
So I think we're good then. That's it. That is the 0th session of the 3rd season of Crow Inquisitors.
Arrays begin at 0, Trevor.
Thanks for
Thanks
for putting up with the technical difficulties, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll be back next week.
Technical difficulty.
Hey guys.
All right, adios.
Peace.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.